Singapore, a forward-looking cosmopolis that is ultra-modern. At the same time, Singaporeans from different cultures pay reverence to their heritage. Among them, the Chinese, descendants of immigrants who came here from as far back as the 19th century, continue to maintain ties, trades, and traditions with the people of their ancestral lands. Likewise, continued arrivals are injecting new life to Chinese culture in a city that has always been a magnet for those seeking opportunities. Its deep waters and strategic location had much to do with why Singapore is such a successful shipping hub. Now, and in the past, China's trading relationship with Singapore goes as far back as the 13th century, during the time the island was called Temasek. And today, Singapore is still one of the world's largest and busiest ports. So busy that there's likely to be one cargo ship coming in or going out every 12 minutes. The ships come from all across the world. But when it comes to Singapore's own, it's PIL, or Pacific International Lines, that owns the largest fleet. Started in 1967 with only 2 ships, its founder, Chang Yun Chong, an immigrant from Fujian province, set out to do business with the Chinese, hauling goods from China to East Africa. A bold business model at a time when China was still a very closed market.
当时每个月只有1班船从中国开到新加坡，再往这个非洲跟中东。到了目前，我们每个礼拜有32班船从中国开出来到世界各地，尤其是到东南亚、到印度、到非洲、到中东。
Xiong Seng, who was appointed managing director of the group in 1992, has continued his father's legacy. Today, PIL's business with the Chinese still accounts for almost half of PIL's business. PIL's strong presence in China will come in handy as China attempts to revive the ancient Silk Road, a network of trading routes established back in the Han Dynasty that linked ancient China to other parts of the world. The initiative known as One Belt, One Road is China's most ambitious economic project yet. One Belt, One Road focuses on connectivity and cooperation between China and the rest of Eurasia. Xiong Seng likes the idea and thinks Singapore can potentially be China's gateway to Southeast Asia and beyond.
另外，新加坡在交通、金融、法律各方面呢，比其他国家稍微先进一点。所以很多公司它可能如果直接到某些国家投资的话，它宁可把总部放在这里。所以我觉得这个也是双方的可以达到共赢的一个例子。
Singapore collaborates with China in a number of ways, and it's not all to do with business. Over the decades, the two nations have also developed close partnerships in the areas of education and research. Some of that happens here at the Nanyang Technological University. NTU offers a number of specialized management courses targeted at Chinese government officials and business investors. The school also has close ties with Chinese academia, including the most celebrated among them, like China's first Nobel laureate, Yang Zhenning. Professor Yang, who received the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1957, visited Singapore for a series of discussions with senior members of NTU's faculty in 2014. Among them was Professor K.K. Pua, one of Yang's former students.
He's my mentor because I'm also doing research in high energy physics. A few years ago, he mentioned to me, said this Tu Youyou, she got the award for the medical award, which is second to Nobel Prize. So Professor Yang mentioned, said, this Tu Youyou one day will win the Nobel Prize.
It was Professor Yang's intention to raise awareness of Tu Youyou's work to the world. Tu is best known for discovering artemisinin, used to treat malaria, which has subsequently saved millions of lives. And she did eventually win the Nobel Prize in 2015. This prompted Pua to follow through on his old mentor's cue. The professor is also editor-in-chief of the World Scientific Publishing Company, the largest academic press in the Asia-Pacific. Pua and his team secured the rights to translate a couple of books on Tu, produced by Chinese publishers. They included material about Tu's life and work. But even after the drafts were complete, Pua wasn't quite ready to take it to print, not until he got his mentor's blessing. This was a project that was especially meaningful for the two of them.
Tu Youyou awarded the Nobel Prize in 2015. It will change the attitude for the scientific community or educational community that China research can also reach the best in the world. It tells the whole world that China can produce Nobel Prize winner.
While education institutions in Singapore continue to build relationships with Chinese institutions and academics, the Chinese are also looking beyond their shores in their pursuit for education, with Singapore being a popular destination. "22-year-old Olivia arrived in Singapore from Shanghai 5 years ago to pursue a degree in hospitality and tourism at Kaplan, one of Singapore's most popular private education institutions.
I think Singapore gave me the chance to study in a UK school. I can get this knowledge from UK's and Australian, yeah. I don't really have to go there, but I can get my certificate, just study in Singapore. And I think also Singapore have a lot of 5-star hotels, so I have the chance to get more experience in all those very high-class hotels. So it's very benefit for my futures and my career.
Like Olivia, there are many young people from China who are enticed by the exposure and opportunities Singapore presents. In Kaplan alone, there were 1,500 Chinese students enrolled in the school's higher learning courses in 2016. Being amongst her countrymen and women has helped Olivia adjust to life in Singapore. But she's well aware of the downsides too, of being too settled in her comfort zone.
It doesn't really help me to learn more English, so I start to make more local friends. That's a good chance because I can really using my English to start to share my story and make friends with them.
Since Olivia started to mingle more with others, she met Sa Yang, a Singaporean, and Amelia, an Indonesian. Good thing she did, because she now has partners to play badminton with. Her new mates are just as fond of the sport as she is.
I think Olivia has blended into Singapore culture really well. Like for example, the food in Singapore, she's not picky about them, and she tried all the food. As Singapore is a very diverse society.
Then if I hold like this, then you use your...
After I have the chance to know more people and make more friends, you will feel like I'm not alone here, and you don't feel that stress and lonely. Singapore gives you the chance to meet a lot of friends and a lot of people. The people here is very friendly, even though they don't really know how to speak Mandarin, but they will ask someone else to approach you and to help you.
In fact, when it comes to helping new arrivals fit in, Singapore has a long tradition of associations formed for that very purpose. This is Bukit Paso. In the 1800s, this would be one of the first places many of the city's early immigrants, coming from China, would visit. Some even on the very day they step off the boat. Bukit Paso was and still is home to many Chinese clan associations that provide welfare and support for the new arrivals from China. Alongside the clan houses were other associations that also catered to the needs of the immigrant Chinese community. One of those is still around. It's the Siong Leng Musical Association. Formed in 1941, Siong Leng is Singapore's very first musical group dedicated to Nan Yin. Nan Yin means Songs of the South. It's a style of music that comes from Quanzhou, a city in southeastern China's Fujian province.
它是随着这个移民潮，就是来南洋打工的这些人呢，然后传到了这个新加坡来啊。那么早期呢，都是那种工作闲余，然后自娱乐的这种方式啊。后来越来的越多的这个南音的人涌入了这个新加坡了之后，才有后来的这个团体的成立。
Master Lin is the group's artistic director. Despite growing up in Quanzhou, he wasn't exactly a fan of Nanyin music. His background is more in opera, which was useful in making the group's performances a little more entertaining.
对，刚才那个琵琶要进来的时候哈，要再明显一点，然后再从容一点，就是说准备的比较充分一点，然后才弹下去。
But Lin also had to get more in touch with the art of Nanyin.
慢慢再深入一点接触南音的时候，我觉得南音呢，它是另外一类的艺术品种。它就是一种很自我的一种表现方式，它不会去跟观众有什么交流。 他就很自我、很陶醉在其中的一种表演，艺术形态。那么他的这个表现方式呢，很古朴、很清雅。
Lin has Celestina to thank for this newfound appreciation for the music of his homeland. It was Celestina who brought him into the Siong Leng Musical Association. She's been a member of the group since she was a little girl. Now, she's the executive director. And she knows Siong Leng's history like the back of her hand. The gallery, which she set up, is a treasure trove of prize collectibles, each marking a specific aspect of the association's rich history.
那当时我记得我刚加入乡里的时候呢，他们都在介绍的时候说，这把琵琶只有老师傅或者大师傅可以用来演奏。那现在会放在这个乡里的展馆呢，是我们希望说把它拿出来，然后如果有人到展馆来欣赏的话呢，他可以看到这个100多年历史的琵琶。
As old as the group is, Xiongling does what it can to keep things fresh. These days, to make their performances more exciting, the group has added a bit of local flavor into the mix as well. The Xiongling Musical Association is a 76-year-old musical group dedicated to the preservation of Nanyin, a style of music popular among the Hokkien-speaking immigrants from Qianzhou, a city in Fujian province. But preserving a culture is one thing. It's another to make Nanyin music accessible to a younger crowd. To do that, the association had the brilliant idea of fusing local elements into their arrangements. Something the group's resident artistic director from China was very excited about.
新加坡是一个多元种族的这个国家啊，多元文化的一个社会层面啊。那么南音它还是局限在闽南人这一块啊，所以如何的把这个南音推广给更多人的认识，所以我们采用了融合了多元文化、多元艺术来呈现的这种方式。所以呢，我们也结合了印度的塔布拉，我们结合了这个马来的贡邦，甚至我们还用 keyboard， 我们还用 cello。然后我们还会用到，比如说甚至现代舞，甚至是 a cappella 啊，就是轻音合唱的这种方式来表现南音。
Through its innovations, Xiongling has made the art of Nanyin more accessible to new audiences, not just among Chinese speakers, but internationally as well. It has played in places like the US and Wales, winning fans and awards along the way. And while Lin is keen to promote Nanyin to more of the world, he's very much rooted to his adopted country. Having spent more than a decade here, Lin has truly embraced the Singaporean lifestyle, starting, of course, with the food.
哇，这么久？
哪里很快了？他一下子去，那就好了。
他现在就好道地的新加坡人，因为如果像是我们一般我们到演出啊还是什么的话，他都看不出，人家都不认为他是从中国来的，就是我在想他应该在各方面都很融入吧。
To Celestina, Lin is practically like family. That's because the two of them have been through the toughest of times as colleagues. The association faced its lowest point in 2004, when it was on the verge of shutting down because of the lack of funds and young musicians.
南音传到新加坡，已经成为了新加坡或者是闽南文化的一个很重要的一部分。那么南音要继续的传承下去，如果没有年轻接班人，是无从谈起的。
Celestina decided to groom new talents. Out of desperation, she roped in her two sons and their friends. And they had to start their music classes as absolute beginners. Ming Yi was among this group of clueless and initially reluctant kids.
So I didn't like
Nanjing music initially. I found it very slow and it's in a language that I don't understand. So when I needed to learn how to sing a piece of Nanjing score, I had to write down the Hanyu Pinyin and then I had to memorize it. And then not only do I have to sing something that I don't like, I have to smile and act like I'm enjoying it.
But before she knew it, she got hooked. Min Yi is now 22 years old and already has more than 10 years of Nanjing practice under her belt. She is now one of the group's principal musicians. And she's even taken it upon herself to pass on her skills to new blood.
I'm Hokkien, so I have my roots back in China as well. So technically, I'm trying to pass down my own culture as well.
这个这么优秀，这么古老，然后呢又连接着两国人民的这样子一种文化，我觉得很有意义，也必须的继续的传承下去。
Settling down in Singapore from as early as the 19th century, the Chinese had planted roots in their newly adopted country and infused their traditions within this cosmopolitan melting pot. Some of their ancient cultural practices, like Nanjing, have not only survived, but have thrived despite rapid modernization and progress. And it's not just in the arts that these ties between Singaporeans and the Chinese are constantly built and nurtured. These long and fruitful friendships will indeed present more new opportunities to bridge these peoples of connected cultures.